Welcome back, everyone, to the series Cap Paranormal Files, where we watch scary videos and pretty much find out that 90% of them are bullshit. However, there are some good ones that pop up here and there, and that's why we do this, to see them, to talk about them, and to try and unfold the mystery that is paranormal. I mean, opinions have changed. We're, 52 episodes deep. We've had a couple people on. We watched scary videos with them, talked opinions, talked theories, and I still don't know. I think most of it is content creation at this point in time, which is sad, but there's still some hidden gems here and there to kind of keep me going. So, without further ado, we have another Nuke's Top 5. This is Top 10 Scary Ghost Videos y'all gonna be scared. We'll see about that, bud.
Artist Susie Solmori says that her family lives in a very haunted house in England. The house, which was built in 1902, still contains strange items left by its former owners. But weirdest of all, on the third floor there is a very strange painting that was left there by a previous tenant. Susie says that this painting is the most haunted object in the entire house. She says that often her young niece carries on long, eerie conversations with the spirit, quote, Gilbert, who she says inhabits the painting.
What? What I heard? I heard that. I'm not stupid. I'm very smart. I'm the smartest in class. Okay, not really. Do you want this or do I keep it? Okay. I'm tired. I'm hungry. It could get cold. You can't touch cold stuff. But I'm warm.
One day, Susie and her brother ask her niece about the spirit, Gilbert.
Did you like him?
Yeah, Gilbert's like one of my best friends.
Where did he come from?
I don't know. I think the man that used to live here painted it.
Is Gilbert friendly? Does he speak to you?
Yeah,
What does he say?
because I don't pray.
And this is the point when things take an even creepier turn, because Susie does some investigating and manages to find an old picture and some info about her family home. What she discovers is downright creepy.
Here is a photo of the house from 1916 and it was built in 1902. So this would be the first or one of the first families to live in this house. As you can see, there are 6 people present in the photo. Looking at the English census records, I found that the father would be called John, the mother was called Maud, next to her on the balcony is her daughter Dorothy. The birth of a little boy called Gilbert was also registered here in 1911, so he would be about 5 or 6 in this photo. I'm unsure why he's not with the rest of his family in the photo, what they did to him. I just have an overwhelming feeling that something really terrible happened to him at the hands of his own family. The weirdest part is that this is where the sun painting is situated in the house. That's his room.
Things around the house start to get even weirder as one day when Susie is home alone, she starts to hear banging noises coming from upstairs. She grabs her phone and films as she goes to investigate. There is banging coming from inside the playroom where Gilbert's painting hangs. But when she looks inside, there's nothing there. Cut to another night, and as Susie goes upstairs, she again sees her niece doing something a little strange in the third floor playroom. girl is prying away at the floorboards while singing, "You Are My Sunshine." And remember that the spirit Gilbert is said to inhabit an old painting of the sun. Odd coincidence? Maybe. But after the girl has gone to bed, Susie and her brother go back upstairs to investigate the area of the floor that her niece was picking at. What they find makes their blood run cold.
Looks like it comes up.
This is fucking stupid.
Underneath the floor, there is an old Ouija board with a picture of the sun that looks very similar to the haunted Gilbert painting. So is there a spirit named Gilbert haunting the third floor playroom of Susie's old house? And is this spirit sending messages through Susie's young niece? Let me know what you think.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
We need scary videos.
See, this is exactly what I started off with. I'm a little extra spicy today, so I'm here to fight. It's exactly what I said at the start of this video, is people are content creating. This is content creation. This is fake. This is bullshit. They pulled together all these things. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I feel like they're taking advantage of their niece's just wholesome demeanor. I mean, she's a fucking kid, dog. I had like 15 imaginary friends that I talked to. Did I ever think that they were ghosts? No, I didn't. But you ever heard the word impressionable? Yeah, when you talk about scary haunted shit all the time, guess what? Kids pick up on it. Of course they're going to buy into that narrative. You're supposed to be the one leading the example, and whatever you say is true until they realize that the world lies all the time. Like, come on, dude. Like, it's just, it's cringy to watch. You could tell it's content creation from almost the beginning. Like, shit doesn't just work like this. It doesn't. Why the fuck would you have a child at home and still keep up all this creepy shit if you really are creeped out by it? And when they were panning through the fucking house and it was like all this vintage stuff, like, bro, this looks all new manufactured bullshit. Like, I've seen one of these fucking chests that she shows at a goddamn at a goddamn like fake antique store. Like, I've seen that on Amazon. Like, that exact one. I think I've bought that exact chest off of Amazon. Like, all this shit is fake. Like, I've seen that. I've bought something like almost exactly that same thing off of Amazon. Like, don't try and play games with me, people. Like, this is the fakest one I think I've seen. It's dumb as fuck. Sorry, Nuke's Top 5 needs videos because they're tired of all the bullshit too, I'm sure.
Thing that you think would be perfect for the top 5, send it to us at nukestop5@gmail.com. Up on the housetop, an urban explorer checks out a group of small abandoned buildings in the middle of nowhere, deep in the woods of Poland. Eventually, it gets too dark to explore, and he decides to leave. But hanging around till after dark seems to have been a terrible mistake.
God, it's Voldemort.
Someone can be seen chasing the now panicking urban explorer, and whoever it is seems to have come from right off the goddamn roof. The urban explorer runs off into the woods to escape, but whoever this strange person is now seems to be following him. Thankfully, the urban explorer makes it home safe and shares his footage on YouTube. A curious viewer points out just how pale the unknown stranger seems to be. Another viewer claims that they too have visited the abandoned buildings and that they also saw this same creepy man. Either way, this strange guy swooping down from the roof to chase the urban explorer away is truly creepy, and it seems like something right out of a horror movie. Ibby and the kid.
I mean, again, that there's two routes there. Either it's a great content creation, or there's some person living there and he's just tired of fuckers bothering him. I'm definitely leaning more towards it's just a bunch of couple homies making a clip to go viral, and it's a great one at that. It's a lot better than that last one. It's creepy. You're chasing through a forest, you're panning back, you're looking like, I mean, I've been in moments where I've been struck with a lot of fear. You know, and that's the fight or flight is real, right? You either stand your ground and you fucking defend yourself, or you run. And you know, he chose to run, which that's probably the smarter decision, right? If you're not worried about them being armed or anything. But at the same time, it just didn't, like, I mean, unless you're really dedicated to your craft, I really feel like in a moment like this, that's when the camera falls to the ground, right? And you fucking book it. Like, if you're really afraid that some entity or crazy person was chasing after you, there's a point in time where I'm not looking back anymore. I'm fucking going, right? Well, not me. I mean, if you see, I'm not running anywhere except to McDonald's, brother. Joking. McDonald's is pretty good. I just think that there's a point in time when if you really are scared, you're putting the camera down and you're either fucking going at them or you're running away. Because, God forbid he catches up because your dumbass is like, oh my God, he's chasing me. Have you not seen Scream before, my guy? Come on. Like, it's just, it's too obvious still. Fucking Voldemort on the roof, Fiddler on the roof looking ass. Like, come on.
TikTok user Ibby is recording a cute video for cats late one night when something happens.
Now we're talking some shit. This is what I live for, cat videos.
That she still just can't explain. One of Ibby's cats goes behind the curtains, then turns around and seems to disappear right into the floor. Now, I'm not even entirely sure what's going on here myself, because even when this footage is brightened, it's hard to find any explanation as to why that cat just disappeared. Unfortunately, Ibby didn't share much about the strange video, but all of her cats seem to be safe and accounted for. So just what is this? I'll leave it up to you. It's cold outside, but you can...
That was weird, actually. What? So fucking cute goes through here, walks. So there's no way that's the same thing. His tail's there. I don't know what I'm watching. That's weird. Because, like, if it's fake, she just took the eyes and... No, I don't even think it's the same cat. Because it doesn't really look like Homeboy churns. I mean, it kind of looks like he churns. But why would he just disappear? I'm trying to see if there's other clues of, like, maybe it getting clipped together with something else. Like, let's see where his tail's wagging. No. Stumped by the felines again. Yeah, because it almost kind of looks like the cat goes like this and then churns to come back around. But why would he not be in all of his glory right there, but his eyes are? But something's bright right there, too. That's just the outside. Is it possible, and I know... I don't really know how to explain this, but, like... And this is... I don't know if this is even going to make sense, but... There's clearly more light out here, right? So, like, did it somehow, like, shift this curtain and those are just light rays coming through little holes for a second? And it kind of looks like the mask, like the same head shape as the cat because that's what we were told to look for? No, because it definitely seems like there's something, like, with matter. Like, that seems like a blob of something. Right? I don't know. That stumps me for sure. I mean, it could be edited, but it's a weird one if it is. Well, it could be one of those weird perspectives too where, you know, he just happened to fit. Maybe it's a third cat and it fit behind the tail perfectly for a second, like a kitten, and it just faded away. Dude, I don't know. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
But you can keep warm in some all-new Nuke's Top 5 merch. Now, of course, we have t-shirts, hoodies, and coffee mugs. But we also have blankets, pillows, and long sleeves. We even get stockings and wrapping paper. Anyway, shipping is free, and be sure to order by December 8th to get delivery before Christmas. Go to nukestop5.com to shop now. Or, you know, like whenever you feel like it. Maybe after the video. The ghost.
If you don't have a Nuke's Top 5 shirt at this point, what are you doing? I have one. I'm a big boy and it didn't fit.
At Granny's. Italian YouTube user Simone Botte says that his grandmother has been experiencing strange, unexplainable events in her home. She says that her TV turns on by itself, windows open on their own, and creepiest of all, she often hears unexplained voices from somewhere in her house. Even though he's a bit skeptical of his grandmother's claims, Simone agrees to spend the night at her house while she's away. He's not really expecting to experience much of anything, but then he also begins to hear creepy sounds from somewhere in the house. What happens next is truly bizarre.
Allora, sono a casa di mia nonna. Allora, non so se sentite, praticamente sono a casa di mia nonna da solo e non so se sentite, ci sono un sacco di rumori che vengono da di sopra, qui e lì. Allora, vabbè, buio pesto. No, vabbè, la luce non va. Aspetta, devo mettere.
Simone discovers that for some reason the lights upstairs don't seem to be working. So he grabs a flashlight and slowly climbs the stairs in search of the creepy sounds.
A parte che c'è un gran rumore di vento e mi sto cagando in mano solo per quello. E quindi... adesso sembra che ha smesso tutto quanto. Ragazzi, mi sto cagando in mano. Sei aperta la finestra da sola? No, vabbè. No, vabbè. No, vabbè.
Simone is completely alone in the house, but he hears a window and closet door open by themselves. Simone slowly begins to realize that everything that his grandmother has been complaining about is now happening right in front of him.
No, vabbè, ragazzi, io sono terrorizzato, ma proprio nel... Vabbè. Direi che vado via, perché nei film consiglio sempre questa cosa qua. Quindi non sono più stupido. Ti giuro, vi giuro, non riesco neanche a parlare oggi perché pratico. No, vabbè, aspetta. Oh no, vabbè, il letto è fatto. Il letto... Gli sportelli sono aperti. E il letto... cioè prima il letto non era così. Era... non ho la voce, ve lo giuro. Non ho la voce. Ok, no. Ora vado. Mi sembra il caso di proseguire con questa cosa, non so. Il vaso non era lì. Questo vaso non era lì. Non era assolutamente lì.
A chandelier swings back and forth on its own, and just as Simone is about to leave, he hears movement coming from his grandmother's bedroom. He goes to take a look inside and discovers that the bed covers are now neatly arranged, as if someone came in and made the bed. Also, the doors of all the cabinets are open. Suddenly, the doors move again, and Simone decides to just get out of there. but inexplicably a vase is now moved to the top of the stairs.
E adesso sembra che ha smesso tutto quanto.
Just then, Simone hears more movement from the guest's bedroom. He decides to take a look inside, and what happens next is downright chilling. Did you see it?
No.
For a split second, a dark shadow can be seen moving towards Simone as he looks inside the room. He freaks out and just makes a run for it. And with that, he decides to stay away from the house for the rest of the night. Over the next 7 months, Simone and his grandmother discovered that the strange paranormal activity in her house might be linked to an old scarf that she won at a church raffle. Simone says that with his grandmother's permission, he threw away the scarf and that the strange activity in her house has now completely stopped. Ride of a lifetime.
I mean, that's a interesting one for sure. I like that one better than the rest of them so far. Maybe besides the cat one. But there's quite a lot of stuff to unpack. I mean, first and foremost, we are teetering into the same type of realm as like everything else, where it's grandma's haunted house. I think I may have zoned out for a second. Is there a reason why he doesn't turn on the lights? Did you say they weren't working? Or he just didn't want to because it's creepier? Because that plays a role in it. At first I was thinking like, okay, well, we can explain away everything on one simple thing, which could, before he went to the second room. The first room I was thinking like, okay, well, if the window is blowing open, then I am to assume that maybe something's broken with the window, and when the window blows open, the chandelier would move, and it could open up the dressers if the wind is like vortexing around. I know that sounds crazy to think, but it is something that happens. That would kind of explain away most of the things in the first room. I guess probably aside from when the bed does its thing and then this drawer over here slams shut. That can't really be explained. And the bed remaking itself is kind of a wild one, and then the vase moving also would not be linked to the wind. So now we have to play the game of, all right, do we believe this guy or do we not? And I will say this, that if he's acting, he's doing a really good job at it, because he does seem to have like those sudden cases like, oh fuck, like like he actually seems scared versus like, I've watched enough paranormal now where you can kind of tell when people are faking it versus when they're being honest. And at first he had the right idea where he was all like, okay, let's dip the fuck out of here. But then he kind of falls victim to the trap of like, well, curiosity kills the cat. It's tough though, because like I've said before, and I'll say it again, in the realm of paranormal, whether you believe or not, like the odds of all of this stuff happening in one go just seems very unlikely. Like if depending on what realm of paranormal that you buy into, is it possible to harness that much power to do all this stuff and move from room to room? Like that seems like a lot. I think where it kind of loses me is at the end with the scarf. Because, I mean, maybe he's just trying to placebo effect his grandma into thinking that he found the solution, so maybe she's less scared. Or maybe he really does think the scarf is haunted. But I can tell you this much, that throwing it out, I don't think is going to fix the issue. And this is the other part that I was searching for that I do not buy, and that's the shadow running across. Because again, I don't know, because his reaction does seem a little bit more genuine, because he stops giving a fuck about how the camera looks. You know, he gets scared and he just books it. Maybe not. He does kind of look like he is making sure that he's still filming his face. I mean, that stuff right there, we've gone over episodes before of how easy it is to make shit like that, and it's not hard. So his YouTube is cute and creepy. So he does have an interest in horror or paranormal, clearly. Let's do a little research. Why don't we? It's not that guy. YouTube cute and creepy. Well, if he does have a YouTube channel, it is not pulling up. So, unless this is it, I doubt this is it though. No, that's some kid's channel. That's crazy. This channel has 14,000 subs, and it's just making like little drawings. Well, you know, respect the hustle, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a cute and creepy. I do see a Nuke's Top 5 that has him tagged, it looks like. I wonder if it's this video. That's funny. Filters. Channels? Can I just look at channels? Channel? Well, if it... Oh, no. Sorry, it was a 14-year-old video, and it was the start of the One Man, One Jar. If you know, I'm sorry. Cute and creepy. Is it this guy? Ooh. Yeah, okay. I found him. I think. Popular. Yep, this looks like the video. Alright, I'll bring it over. Yeah, this is the same guy, right? So, I mean, they do some Ghost in Granny's House. Follow up has 100. Man, that was 7 years ago. Wow, he hasn't uploaded. Oh, wait, this is popular. Latest. He hasn't uploaded in a year. So he's obviously, like, him and his lady are into just cute, creepy stuff and creepy stuff in general. But there's not anything that's like paranormal investigations, it looks like. So maybe this is like a wild one-off, and then they started doing other paranormal stuff that was trendy, I guess you could say, like Ouija board, mystery box from the dark web. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna lean towards maybe they did catch some interesting things and then maybe inflated it a little bit. I guess this is the other thing that maybe this will be the icing on the cake of it being a fake, is maybe they got this opportunity to go to their grandma's house and thought it would be a great time to make a great YouTube video, maybe start their YouTube video channel or whatever, and they made this video as kind of a test and see how things go, and it did well, and they've just built off of it, but they didn't have any other ideas that they could really focus on creating things like this, so they just kind of fell to the let's just make videos of whatever we can, because his lady, wife, girlfriend, friend, whoever it is it in this video, but it looks like she's in every other video, at least on the thumbnails. So maybe she's setting all this stuff up, especially the vase part. Not hard to hide in a corner, move the vase, and hide back, while he's in the other rooms. So, yeah, I'm going to go fake after thinking about it.
Might be linked to an old scarf that she won at a church raffle. Ride of a lifetime. Gustavo Alacares from Mazatlan, Mexico is celebrating his 10th birthday with his family in a small amusement park. After gathering his courage, the young boy goes on a roller coaster for the very first time. A total of 8 people get on the roller coaster, all Gustavo's family. His proud mother sits in the front and records a video of Gustavo's first roller coaster ride. But her camera catches something that Gustavo and his family simply can't explain. Something truly chilling.
Tony.
¡Ay! ¡Ay, mamá, me da miedo! ¡Ay! ¡Ay! ¡Ay, me da miedo! ¡Oh, tu doña! ¿Otra vez?
Sí, son 5 o 6 vueltas.
¡Está bien recio!
Abajo no, abajo, en la parte de abajo no.
¡Y no se cae!
No,
¡Ay!
la pista.
¡Ay! ¡Ay!
Otra.
¡Ay, si no le da recio!
Y fue el señor que se despidió, güey. Así es el juego, así es.
¿Mira un brincolín?
¿Cuál?
¡Ay! ¡Ay, aquí donde va! ¡Me da miedo!
You see, none of Gustavo's family got in the last cart on the roller coaster, and it's empty for most of the ride. But during the second lap, someone or something seems to appear out of thin air. The figure is hardly noticeable at first, but then it seems to transform into a solid person, seemingly wearing all black and sitting all alone. Now, the roller coaster has not stopped a single time to allow for a person to get on or off. So just who or what is this? Now, what makes this capture even creepier is that years ago, 2 people lost their lives on a larger roller coaster that stood on the same land. After the tragic accident, that roller coaster was condemned and dismantled. It was replaced by this smaller, safer, family-friendly ride. So could this be the spirit of one of the victims of the older roller coaster accident? Are they doomed to loop this track over and over? Let me know what you think no room at the inn.
So there's a point in the video where I'm gonna have to speed this up so we don't watch the whole thing a second time through. But I felt like there was a point where I saw someone on the track as well. Because it's not edited, right? I mean, excuse me, this video isn't cut. It's just one long video. I just gotta appease my brain here really quick on if I thought I saw something or not. So no one's in it there. Let's slow it back just a little bit. And you got to keep in context. Yeah, so what is... I think I saw it just barely. Bear with me. Bear with me. That. There's a figure. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. He looks back. He looked back a couple times. There's something standing there. When they turn the corner, okay, he's looking back and he's all like, oh shit, it's scary. It's scary. It's right there, man. I don't know. So, here's my thought, and it may not be accurate. I think, and I also kind of really wanted to see if I could see how they're sitting in the cart, but you can't really tell in many of these scenes. So here's what I think. I think that given how what they're talking about is the little roller coaster that they're on is one that does multiple loops. And I think that the person controlling the ride hopped in the back seat on their last go around, or someone else did, and they hopped back out the next one, because I don't think that roller coaster has latch down things or like a latch system. I think it's just like, it's so mild that you could just hop in and out without it ever being an issue. That's what I think. It is kind of weird though, and it is a little creepy. I just don't. There's not enough to go on, because like the kid also keeps looking behind, like he knows something's gonna happen. I don't know.
Room
Oops, forgot to turn up the speed again.
at the inn. Popular Japanese ghost hunter Shiro from the YouTube channel Kuro Shiro Channel is joined by his friend Tei to investigate an abandoned inn in the mountains of Japan. The inn was partially destroyed by a typhoon in 1982. The creepy inn is said to be haunted by the ominous spirit of a woman who is known to linger around room number 208. In an attempt to capture evidence of the paranormal, Shiro decides to leave a static camera recording outside of room 208, while he and his friend explore the rest of the inn. Without them knowing, the camera captures something downright creepy. Something can be seen moving behind a decaying old Japanese sliding door. The two investigators have no idea what they just captured, so they decide that Tei should go and stay in room 208. Shiro heads off to explore the basement, so Tei is left completely alone upstairs in room 208. Suddenly something happens that chills him to his core.
見えるとこねえぞ本当に。あ、なんか聞こえたし、本当なんか白がなんかやってんのかな。ないよな。おお。何何何何。おお。何何何何。なんかさ、触れた。やだ、ちょっとシロ、やばい、どうしよう、シロ、いるシロ。
The investigator is touched by something that he can't see, and he just makes a run for it. When looking back at the footage, it's clear that there's a dark shadow that seems to reach out and touch him, even though Tei says that he didn't see anyone or anything at the time. Then whatever this is seems to follow Tei, this time appearing as a pale figure caught by the static camera pointed at room 208. When the two investigators finally find each other again, Shiro decides that it's time to grab their equipment and just head home. So did their cameras capture the ghost of the woman who is said to haunt the abandoned inn? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. A scare at the
Yeah, I mean that one's it could be. There's not enough meat on the bone to really say, right? Like the guy seems kind of freaked out, but at the same time he doesn't really seem panicked. He just kind of seems like casually creeped out. Seems fake, not hard to have a shadow. I mean, you could just have a black glove and it would still work the same way. Like, just not enough there. Kind of dumb.
Airbnb. Imogene from Alberta, Canada is spending the night at an Airbnb with a friend and her little dog Rosie.
Oh yeah, dog.
Suddenly, Rosie just starts freaking out at what seems like nothing.
Is there a ghost? Is there a ghost? Yeah? What is this first? Where's the ghost? Right there? Where? Where is it?
He's not barking at nothing. The interior decorator failed. I'm just kidding.
She's staring at her.
Imogene jokes that the dog is barking at a ghost, and her friend is a little freaked out by the dog's creepy, crazy orange eye shine in the camera. But then things take a very bizarre turn.
What the fuck?
Suddenly, the little dog makes a run for it, and a creepy dark shadow seems to reach out for her. Emma says that she has no idea just what this strange shadow could be, and she now believes that the Airbnb might actually be haunted after all.
What the f***?
The Ghost of Passengers Past.
No, that's actually kind of weird. Yeah, because that shadow just sort of... I mean, it definitely... If the light is coming from here, which it is, right, it could be... Yeah, we don't really need to slow this down now that I think about it. There's going to be no way to show what was in there. It could be coming from the other room. Yeah, I don't know. That's too hard to judge. There could be something by the light. There could have been someone over there. Someone could have moved something just in front of it, and it just happened to be good timing. It's too hard to judge. There was something else. I mean, the dog barking, it's a dog fucking barking, right? Like, dogs bark. It's in a weird environment. They're at an Airbnb. Something could smell weird. Something could sound weird. Maybe the fridge is making a weird noise than normal. Like, the dog barking is just part of dogs barking. The shadow thing is a little weird, but like I said, there could be a multitude of things in that room that could be going over the light. There could be a fan. There could be tons of things. I think it was just weird timing.
By a bus driver in Santiago, Chile. The bus driver is completely alone in a parked bus, about to start her shift at 8 a.m. in the morning, but she suddenly realizes that she might not be as alone as she thought.
Corre el tiempo. Hay un pasajero sentado en el asiento que va solo, al lado de la puerta. Nos movemos. Y no hay nadie. Es un pasajero fantasma. ¿Cachan? Sigue ahí sentado. ¿Lo ven? Y las cámaras no están paradas. Siguen moviéndose. ¿Habrá sido alguien que se murió ahí sentado? ¡Qué hueva!
A security camera live feed shows a young passenger is seated next to the window behind the bus driver. But when she turns to look, there's no one there. The bus driver wonders if she might be witnessing a real paranormal event. Unfortunately, the video cuts right there, and it was reposted to the internet without a name or source. So was it a ghost, or just a very strange camera glitch? I leave that up to you to decide. Watch.
I mean, that's pretty weird. I think there's a few things that could be that could be going on there. Camera glitch, maybe, but that would be because you guys have to remember one key thing about watching paranormal, and this is what kind of breaks you out of the mold of paranormal, like just going with the flow, right? And I don't remember I know there's like a term for it, but if I showed you a ink blot picture and I say, hey, this is a picture of a deer, your brain is immediately going to like think, okay, look for the deer, right? And I know this is like a broad example, but it ties into paranormal really well. It's like if you have a preconceived notion of what you're supposed to be looking for or what you should be seeing, then you're going to look for that or see that. So you have to really mentally block out the aspect of like, okay, I'm watching paranormal, so I should be seeing paranormal. And you should be thinking like, okay, this isn't paranormal. What really is it? And I feel like that's how you kind of break down the barrier of actually exploring videos that are labeled as paranormal, because like this series has shown, 90% of the time it can be explained off. So when we are told immediately that it's a ghost or a dead passenger, you're like, yeah, I mean, that definitely looks like a person. Red shirt, maybe a mask on, hat or dark hair, leg here, holding a blanket, maybe, right?
Driver.
It could be a glitch. The other thing that I think of is it could be a recording. Maybe the day prior. I don't know why. She says it's supposed to be live, but you have buttons, power, all this type of stuff. So it could be like the recording from the night before. You know, there's lots of options there. It's definitely creepy, and she seems to be kind of freaked out by it. She's like, a dead passenger. Okay, I guess we got to get to work, you know? Which is smart, because if it is a ghost, I would do the same thing. I'd be like, hey, okay, where's your ticket, bitch? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Urban explorer Jimmy Jimenez has traveled to an abandoned ghost town somewhere in the mountains of Mexico. He stumbles upon an empty and seemingly barricaded house and decides to take a look inside. While exploring, he doesn't really find anything that strange, just an abandoned house covered in dust and dirt. But while his back is turned, something happens that makes you wonder if the house was barricaded for a reason. Something truly chilling. Watch closely. When Jimmy enters the old abandoned house, a doll can be seen lying face down on a chair in the corner of the entrance. But when he returns later to the entrance, the doll is now seated upright, facing Jimmy as if watching him. The explorer is completely unaware of what has happened, and he leaves the house oblivious to what he just captured. Now, it should be mentioned that this footage has 0 cuts. You can watch it yourself on Jimmy's YouTube channel. Except for a stray dog barking in the background and the sound of Jimmy's own movements, no other footsteps or motion can be heard. So it's a complete mystery as to how this doll could have moved. Could it be that something terrible happened in this house? Is the doll perhaps a warning for Jimmy to leave? Let me know what you think. The late night.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty creepy. It clearly moves. Like 100% moves from when he walked into the door.
Happened in this house.
That one's very, very fascinating. And it doesn't help that the doll is fucking horrifying. Interesting. I'm trying to think if like he would have gotten close enough to just like there, if he was close enough to grab it and just kind of readjust it himself. Like, I'm not even saying if he did it on purpose, just kind of like as a, you ever do those things like where you're not paying attention, like be in your house, it could be at work. Like I do it a lot at work and I don't notice it. Like I'll be working on something and then I'll have things on my desk and I'll just like fuck with them a little bit and like move them around, and then you don't even think about doing it. You're just doing it because you're doing something else, and like your brain just kind of does stuff sometimes. I don't think he got close enough, and if he did, he landed it in the perfect position. You know, Nuke's top 5 said something important there, that you can't hear any footsteps or anyone else in the house. Which adds to it quite a bit. With that being said, though, like, I don't know. I guess it would be just such a weird thing to fake. But then again, maybe he knew that it would be viral and he faked it. I don't know. I think that's probably that one, the cat one, and maybe the dude in his grandma's house are the only 3 on this one that so far that I think could potentially hold any merit. Everything else looks just too fake or too edited. I like this one though. All right, last video.
Visitor. Sandra Crocker from Lincoln, Nebraska wakes up one morning to find a strange notification from her Ring doorbell camera. The notification says that someone was at her door at around 3:30 in the morning. When she checks the footage, she is shocked. Something can be seen that seems to exit Sandra's house at 3:24 a.m. The unrecognizable figure appears small and wide at first, but then as it disappears around the corner, it seems to have grown in size and is now dark as night. Some have even suggested that it looks like the dark figure of a woman walking away in an old-timey dress. Now, Sandra doesn't know what to make of the footage. So, what do you think this could be? Let me know. Thanks for watching.
See, I went a whole different direction. I went a whole different direction because I thought it looked like maybe a little kid ran outside to greet maybe their dad or grandpa, and then said person was out of frame. Well, like,
something can be seen that seems to...
Nuke, I'm talking. Please, my friend. Hold on. Because it looks kind of like a kid, or maybe even a... No, I don't think it's a dog. Goes over, and you could see the bigger figure. I thought it looked like someone was carrying out trash cans or trash bags to the street. But I don't... As far as the opening part, I don't know. This video could be solved in one... Well, excuse me. This video could be put in paranormal very easily with one single thing. Give us the whole video. Right? Give us the whole video after this chunk. It's on TikTok, so no way we're getting the full video. Fuck. I was going to YouTube it, but... Because to me, it looks like a kid or something goes out. Maybe this is early in the morning. Maybe dad comes home from work. Maybe he works graves, grandpa, whatever. Someone... This is where my brain went. My brain went, someone works and comes home in the morning. Like, for example, my neighbor next door. He's right there. Great guy. He works really shitty hours, though. Like, I leave sometimes at, like, 6 in the morning, and he is coming in at, like, 6 in the morning. Right? When it's still dark. So I'm thinking that maybe it's someone coming home from work, kids up. Maybe that's a little kid, runs out the door, says hi to dad, peepaw, grandpeepaw, grandma, whoever it is, right? Doesn't matter. And then there's trash cans that need to go out for the day, and he's got two behind him, and he's just kind of dragging them out. That's what I think, personally. But without more context or more of the video, because like these Ring cameras at night suck. I mean, look, what's this? Like, what is that? Like, that looks almost like a face too, right? The Ring cameras suck at night. So that's what I'm going with. We'll let Nuke's top 5.
So that you never miss a video. Suggested that it looks like the dark figure of a woman walking away in an old-timey dress. Now, Sandra doesn't know what to make of the footage. So, what do you think this could be? Let me know. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video. You can also follow me on the socials and say, hey there, what's up, buddy? Huh. Anyway, hopefully...
Yeah, go show some love to Nukes. He's one of the best on the platform for compiling paranormal. It's hard not to enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back next week. Maybe we'll get one of these episodes under an hour so people will watch the whole thing. We'll see, though. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.